Cut, copy and paste. SynthMaker supports the standard cut, copy and paste operations for moving or duplicating parts of a schematic. Both single and multiple selections can be cut, copied and pasted. You can access these operations from the Edit menu, or by right-clicking on a selection in the case of cut, or copy, or anywhere on your schematic in the case of paste. Copying a selection will place a duplicate of the components and links on the clipboard. The clipboard is an invisible buffer that retains what was last copied to it. Cutting is like a combined copy and delete, as the original selection is removed from the schematic. Having cut or copied a selection, you can then go to any other part of your schematic or to any other schematic you have open and paste in a copy of the clipboard contents. Links. In this section you'll learn how to move a link to another connector or delete it completely. You'll also see how to change link order and how to bend a link. Creating a link. Links must start at an input connector and end at an output connector. You can link another component or to itself to create a feedback path, say. To create a link. 1. Move your mouse over an output connector. The connector highlight will show as you pass over it. 2. Click and hold, then drag towards the input connector. You'll see a dotted line representing the potential link. 3. Keep dragging until your mouse passes over the input connector. The potential link will snap to the connector to indicate that the link can be formed. 4. Release the mouse button to create the link. Allowed links. Sometimes it is not possible to make a link between a pair of connectors. When this happens, the mouse cursor will change to show this. In general, links can be made only between connectors of the same type. However, there are several exceptions to this. For example, floats and INTs can be connected, so can floats and stream connectors. A complete description of all these exceptions can be found in Chapter 5, Converting Between Data Types, on page 82. Moving a link. You can move the end of a link from the input connector to another input connector on the same component. You can also move it to an input connector on a completely different component. To move a link. 1. Move the mouse pointer over the input connector where the link ends. The cursor will change to the linking pointer. 2. Click and hold. You'll see a dotted outline confirming that you've picked up the link that you wanted. 3. Drag the link to another input connector and release the mouse button. Deleting a link. There are several ways to delete a link. You can pick it up and drop it into empty space. Just move it from the input connector, as described above, but don't link it to another connector. You can also right-click on the link and select Delete Link from the context menu. For really quick deleting, hold down Ctrl. When your mouse passes over a link, the delete button will appear. Click the button and the link is gone. Link order. When there are many links ending at the same input connector, the order of the links can affect the behavior of your schematic. For example, if you have two links that are passing string data to a string connector, the first string to arrive will have the second one appended to it. The order of a link is indicated by an order marker. This is a series of notches perpendicular to the link at its endpoint. The first link in the order has no marker, the second has a marker with one notch, the third has two notches, etc. Changing the order. It's useful to be able to change the order of links at an input connector. To do this, simply click on the connector and the current top link, the last in the order, will become the bottom link, the first in the order. Bending links. In a complex schematic with many components, sometimes a straight line just won't do. Often you'll struggle to avoid creating links that run over components or each other. To get around this problem, you can bend any link to make your schematic clearer and easier to read. All you have to do is click on the link and pull it into place. Each bend you put in a link creates a control point. The control points define the path of the link. If you move your mouse over a link, it becomes highlighted and the control points are shown as small squares. The control points will either be black or white depending on the color of the link. You can drag the control points around to reshape the link. You can also delete a control point by right-clicking on a point and selecting Delete Point from the context menu. To remove all the control points and make the link a straight line again, select Straighten Link from the context menu. Auto-linking. To help you build your schematic more quickly, we have the automatic linking feature. When this feature is switched on, you can create a link between two connectors by moving a component so that the required output connector is on the same horizontal and sufficiently close to the required input connector. When these conditions are satisfied, a dotted line will appear. This suggests where the link will be created. If you then pause for a fraction of a second, the link will flash and become permanent. If you don't want to have to wait for the link to be created, you can instantly accept the suggested link by clicking the right mouse button. There are several options for auto-linking. These can be adjusted by selecting Schematic from the Options menu. You can change the time between suggestion and link creation. You can also set how close connectors have to be before a link is suggested. If you only want to use the right-click method to make a link, then you can set the auto-linking to only suggest links, and of course you can turn the feature off altogether. Smart linking. If you need to link several components together quickly, then you can use the smart linking feature. Simply position your components in a logical way, select them, then either click the Link Components button on the Action panel or select Link Components from the Schematic menu. The software will make a best guess at how you want the components to be linked together. If you use the Action panel button to do this, then when you hover the mouse pointer over the button, the software will indicate the links that would be created. Smart linking is useful if you have several components that you want to link to one other component, or if you want to chain components together. Removing multiple links. You can remove all the links in a selection in one go. Simply right-click on the selection and choose Remove Links from the pop-up menu. This can be very useful when you have a large section of schematic that you need to disconnect. Wireless links. Wireless links provide a mechanism for passing data through the module hierarchy without having to create any physical link. They are just like wireless networks in the real world. You have a transmitter called a wireless output at one end and a receiver, a wireless input at the other end. A connection is established between a wireless output and a wireless input only if the following three conditions are met. 1. The wireless input must appear in the module below the wireless output in the hierarchy. 2. The wireless input and output must have the same label. 3. The wireless input and output must have the same connector type. When a link is established, the connection indicators on the wireless input and output will light up. Wireless links only work down the module hierarchy. You can't link back upwards. Also, the range of a wireless output only extends as far as the next wireless output below it, which has the same label and connector type. The same wireless output can connect to multiple wireless inputs, and vice versa, so long as they conform to the three criteria described above. There is another wireless component called a module wireless output. This is used to make a wireless module. See the modules section for more information about this.